come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
Right, man. Which how did they accuse them, man? You know? And going back to Esau whole, because verses before that, man, it's going to how there was war in heaven, man. Going to Esau whole military structure, his system, man. He got the satanic symbols on all this shit, man. He got the star with the circle on all his planes, tanks, military medals you get. He got the star and the circle, man. It's them enchantments. That's that left hand side Esau been dealing with. But guess what? It came from the Germans, man. Germans had the first stealth bomber. Germans were working on. They was trying to create like something like the chariots of the Most High, man. You know, they trying to create a spaceship. But the Germans they was the first one that had the assault rifle. Russia actually stole that from them, man. Hitler them had something called the ST-45, man. I think that's what it was. But it was an assault rifle that shoot 45 bullets, man. But at the time, when the guy who made it came to Hitler had pushed it to the side, man. But then when Russia took over, when Russia got their scientists, and that's where you get the AK-47 from, man. Which that was the year they created, but it was named after one of Russia's general, Kalashnikov 47, man. But that's where the first assault rifle came from. But it was actually the Germans that had actually they was the first ones with it, man, because they was the wise men of Timon, man. They the one actually is behind all this shit, man, because they the wise one. That's why the scriptures actually goes into the wise men of Timon gonna be destroyed out of Esau, man. You know, because they the ones. Because if you do research on Hitler's scientists in that SS thing, that's all they was into is the witchcraft, man. They was also they had a belief too that like if you could be a homosexual, but you had to be like a manly homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Believe it gave you supernatural powers, man. You know what I'm saying? Going back to that Elsa Crowley shit, yeah, right, man. So they ain't had like homosexual where a nigga be feminine. He'll still be acting like a man. They engaged in because they felt like it gave them supernatural power. You had something?
It was just something about the Bilderberg, who the Bilderberg is.
Go ahead, bro.
It say the Bilderberg, let me just say, the Bilderberg conference is taking place at a hotel in Dresden, Germany. Every year, around 150 of the world's most powerful people attend. It was set up in 1954 to improve the relationship between Europe and the U.S., but conspiracy theorists believe that the secretive group controls the world.
Right, because if I can say this, like you was saying, it was set up for them to basically, you know who was all behind it, man, those so-called fake Jews, but it was to better relations with the U.S. and Europe, how they can basically control everything, man. To set up that whole, that bestial nation, man. You know, right. Go ahead, which is NATO, man. Which that's what NATO was formed out of, man.
It say some even claim the Bilderberg group is a cover for the Illuminati.
Which there you go, man.
Then like the point that the brother was making in that Revelation 12:10, how Esau accused the brethren before the Most High day and night. You know, one of the elders in New York said how Esau actually got witches that pray, you know, to the name of Yahweh, you know, and accuse the brethren, man. That's why Esau know for sure that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is the names, man. Because that's what we gonna get persecuted for. Because that's the name that he accusing us to. That's how he know for sure those the name. You know, so cause if we had the right doctrine but the wrong name, Esau, he wouldn't be trying to come down in hard, man. But he know those names, calling on the right names, even if that's all you got is the name. He know the power behind those two names, man.
Come on. One of the two most important things in the truth is the name and faith, man. You know?
And so they immediately pledged their Western nations to fund a cyclotron particle collider 3 times as big and 7 times more powerful than the Large Hadron Collider LHC, and whose cost can be measured in the trillions of dollars.
That boy trying to Something say walk around that bitch.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, cause going back to what y'all was saying, the Germans the one that invented the TV. You know what I'm saying? The Germans invented all this, man. All this technology. It was the Germans that came up with it first, man. It said critical to the federal medical biological agency being able to fully ascertain CERN's attempting to establish contact with other dimensional entities. Right, see, so this is what it was created for, man. This
other dimensional.
Right.
Talk about them other beings, man.
Them demons,
them
right, man.
Demons, man.
Come.
Oh, you know what? Can I read up something out real quick, bro?
Go ahead.
This is real quick. This is, I think y'all know where I'm going. Ephesians 6.
Come, man, cause basically, this how Esau, like before Esau go to war and all this, they actually be summoning up demons, man, trying to getting the green light, man. But in the end, the Most High got them in the trick bag, man. Them demons gonna start telling them to go ahead, you got it, and they ain't gonna lose, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And that's why Yahweh Shem Al-Shah has been sarcastic with them in Isaiah 47.
Come, stand with your enchantments now. See if this gonna help you, man. You know.
Hey, Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, man. So even though he created all this technology for the left-hand side, man, now the Most High using this technology to push out his word, man, and bring those enchantments down, man. You know, bring all those enchantments and those different spells Esau been casting, man, because his like even where they got all those obelisks and stuff set up at, then they got like the pyramid thing in France, all them in high energy spots, man, so they can basically summon those demons up and stuff, man. You know?
Man, I got something I don't know this on.
Go ahead.
In Proverbs 11:5, the righteous of the purpose shall direct his ways, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
Come, Derek. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
You know, cause so you know Esau try to summon them demons, and he really think he gonna help him out. But at the end, most likely come back and destroy him for it, man. So that's it.
Come. No, go ahead, bro.
Them demons, they gonna deceive Esau.
Mm-hmm.
They boosting Esau head though, man, like he got a chance, man.
Yep.
All right, because over half of those satellites that's orbiting the Earth, half of them facing towards the space, man. All right, they trying to see when your house shot coming, and they got lasers and missiles in those satellites to try to stop him before he get here, man. Those demons telling Esau do it like the brother going into, man, and that spiritual weakness in high places. You know, like the brother Yash bring out all the time. Go to any Donald Trump interview, man. You know, anybody first time watching it, man. Watch how many sixes Trump throw up there, man. All right, he gonna throw so many, man. You know, because that's Esau power source, man. All right, the same way all we got is Yahweh Shem Al-Shah. All Esau got is Satan and those demons that they pray to, man.
Right, cause even the other nations gonna turn on Esau in the end, man. Okay. Even though they showed when Trump, the president of Egypt and Saudi Arabia, they was holding like something looked like a damn crystal ball, man. And they was doing in the end, they gonna realize that this some bullshit, man. They gonna fall away from Esau, man. Which I'm gonna keep going into this article, man. Try to go and get finished with it. Say, but critical to the federal medical biological agency being able to fully ascertain CERN's attempting to establish contact with other dimensional entities, man. And so when this thing was created back back right after World War II, man, so they've been summoning up those demons since then, man. This how they been ruling.
Since 54. Since 1954.
Come. Right, and that's when they established the Bilderberg group, man, which this when they go like and have their councils on what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? How they gonna rule the world, what nation they wanna bring down, and all that, man. You know? It said, this report astonishingly reveals is scientist Dr. Anatoly Bugarsky, who on the 13th of July 1978 became the only human being in history to have ever stuck his head inside a cyclotron particle accelerator while it was operation, and has left him with the ability to mentally traverse dimensions. Right, so this one of their top warlocks right here, man. He actually stuck his head in this shit, man. But I'm gonna keep reading the article, man. It said after having a particle beam shoot directly through his head, this report continues. This doctor scientist Bargosi became paralyzed on the left side of his face, and which over these past 39 years have refused to normally age. And since 2009 has seen his ability to converse with unknown dimensional entities expand as the left side of his brain is now apparently rewiring itself, man. Which, going back to that scripture, man, Esau had become wiser than Daniel, man, but it's all on the left hand side, man, which the Most High gonna bring that to an end, man. I'm gonna just skip down in the article, cause it's a long article, man, but if brothers want to go finish reading the article, man, it's on whatdoesitmean.com, and I think I saw it on
We'll put it up in post-production too for you, bro.
okay, come on. I think it was on beforeisnews.com too. Which I'm gonna get to the main part, the end of the article, man. Which then we're gonna go into some scriptures, man. But it's saying to the message of the Most High delivered to the Bilderberg Group barely a fortnight ago by CERN Director General Faboli Gianotti that caused such terror among these Western elites, master rulers. This report concludes was an image produced by the Large Hadron Collider LHC that formed a single word in the ancient Hebrew language, to qual. Right, so now the Most High showing them, man. Now he just sent them, now he sent them a message. He been letting them rule. Now this the message he sent, though, which is it said in the ancient Hebrew, to qual, that's pronounced to kill in the English, and basically means you have been weighed on the scales and found deficient. Right, which we're gonna go into Daniel, because see, right, we're gonna go into Daniel, man. Which you got Daniel 5.
Yeah, I got it. And then I just want to say this. That's the same way, like when Balaam, Balak tried to get Balaam to curse Israel, and then Most High put Balaam in a trance. And what Balaam say, you can't curse with the Most High and bless.
That's right.
And that's similar to what's going on, man. This Daniel 5. When you start it
Start at verse 18.
18. It said in Daniel 5 and 18, O thou King, the Most High. So like he says, O thou King, the Most High power gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom.
Right, man. This basically going into, if you read up above that, man. You had the king of Babylon at the time, which this was Nebuchadnezzar's son, man, and they had started they basically like all the gold and the silver vessels and all the riches they had took from Jerusalem, man. Nebuchadnezzar, the king's son, Nebuchadnezzar's son, brought them out. They started drinking wine in them, and they were balling and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And then in the middle of that, this hand came out and started writing on the wall, man. It wrote them a message, man. Is this the same message that the Most High sent through this damn super collider thing they've been summoning up demons with, man? You know? Go ahead, bro.
And
so the writing on the wall for you, Esau, you know when you see it, man, because the men of the Lord is basically breaking down to you the rest of your vision, man, just like Daniel had. Because see, that's another thing. The first thing Belshazzar did, he went to all his magicians and his astrologers, you know what I'm saying, his stargazers. They basically couldn't figure out what the writing said, man. They couldn't interpret it, man. So he had to go get Daniel, man. Right. Which, hey, the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man, because it's the same spirit, man. So now, hey, we back to break down the rest of that vision for you, Esau, man.
And it's saying, in majesty and glory and honor, and for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages tremble and fear before him.
Get on Revelation 13:7 real quick. I kind of say all nations, people, and languages will fear before him, man.
Revelation 13:7, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
Right, man. Which going into basically going to that beast from the sea, man, which is America and NATO, man, you know, which is basically the whole white man power structure, man.
The EU.
Right, the EU, go ahead, bro.
And to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
Right, man, just like it was given to Nebuchadnezzar, man, you know, which that's why this known as Babylon the Great, man, because you gotta realize, man, these Khazars, they hold that whole left hand side, they get it from the ancient Babylonians, man. They stargazers, all that astrology comes straight to Chaldeans, why it's calling them the daughter of the Chaldeans, man.
Right.
You know?
And that word daughter goes to the personification of, if you look at that word daughter, man. And America is the personification of Babylon the Great, man.
That's right.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going, huh?
It said, and for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages tremble and fear before him.
Just like they fear before you so-called white man today, man. With your NATO and America alliance, man. All nations fear before y'all, man. You know, go ahead.
Whom he would, he slew, and whom he would, he kept alive, and whom he would, he set up, and whom he would, he put down.
Right, man. So the white man, the Most High set y'all up, and now it's time for him to put y'all down, man. You know, go ahead.
But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, he was deposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him.
Going back to the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, man. Going back to the Maccabees when they say Alexander conquered all those nations, which that was the beginning of y'all kingdom. It said his heart was lifted up, man. You know?
What? It said, and he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High power ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointed over it whomsoever he will.
Right, man. That's the point. Now, I want you to skip down to verse 24. Right, man. So the Most High ruled in the kingdom of men, man, and he point over whoever he wanted, man. Going back to Sirach 17, man, where it said the Most High set up all the kings over the nations, but Israel is his portion, man. You know? Go ahead,
And it said verse 24, it said, then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written, and this is the writing that was written.
Salak, y'all start at verse, go to verse 23.
It's Daniel 5:23. But has lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives and thy concubines have drunk wine in them, and thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know, and the Most High is whose hand they breathe is, hand thy breathe is, breath like thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways has not glorified.
Go ahead, bro.
Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And in this writing that was written, Mani, to call Upar son.
You said to call, didn't you?
Come.
How you done Hebrew?
Come, right. Come. Get Manah. Well, get to Qual, right? Which this the exact word that came through that collider, man, to the Western elites, man. You know?
And this is Strong's H. Yeah, Strong's H 8625 to qual. And it's to weigh, to be weighed.
Come, to be weighed, man. You know? Go ahead, bro. Which is gonna break it down in the later verse.
He said this said this is the interpretation of the thing, but not the Most High have numbered thy kingdom and finished it.
Right, man. So the Most High have numbered thy kingdom and finished it, man. You know? Go ahead. And see, you know that at least they done looked all this up. They made the blue letter. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say when that word came through, and they announced at the Bilderberg group, everybody put they like every nation like putting their resources in. Like we gotta build something. Hey, we gotta build one 3 times as big as this, man. We gotta be right. We gotta be ready, man. You know. Go ahead, bro.
It said to Kyle, thou art weighed in the balances and are found wanting.
Right, man. There are weighed in the balance.